All right, here we go. Hey there, it's Dusty Thunder again with another Reddit story for you. This one comes from the AITA subreddit and is titled, Am I the Astronaut for telling my parents we aren't giving them money and they need to humble themselves? Throwaway to keep this separate from my normal account. I, 38 female, and my husband, 41 male, have been stressing over my parents. My parents are screwed as they took out of their pensions at 55 and have only about 100 to 130K each left. Their house has some equity, but not as much as you would think, as they have withdrawn from their equity line of credit several times. My dad has a $100,000 truck and a vintage Porsche, and my mom has a 7-seater when they are the only ones now. My dad is very prideful and refuses to take anyone's advice, so it was a shock when they came to me and asked for money. We don't want advice, we just want money. He has had a lot of health issues and told me he is going to be taking Social Security now, he is 68, and quitting his job, which means they cannot afford their mortgage or car payments. This totally blindsided me. I had no idea how bad it was until now. Thinking back, I guess I should have known as they buy so much unnecessary crap, but my parents always acted like they were rich. I told them point blank that I wasn't funding them until I could see all their accounts and assets, and this caused a huge fight, but they eventually relented. I went through what they had, and they really don't need my help. They just need to downsize dramatically. My husband is a CPA, so he knows this stuff, and we went through and told them what they needed to do. They needed to sell all the vehicles and get a reliable sedan. They need to sell their 3,400 square foot home and buy into a single home with a basement suite or an apartment. I think the apartment is better, and my dad struggles to mow the lawn and hires someone now anyway, but my mom insists she needs land for a garden. After that, their Social Security payments would be enough, and they would still have a small nest egg. This was met with them complaining that they would live like prisoners. My parents were angry if they got a small single family that they would need to rent out the basement. My dad insists the basement, which he has a man cave, is necessary for life, and my mom refuses to downsize as she has a whole room full of her clothes at their current home that can't fit into a smaller house. See, one of the guest bedrooms is just a big closet. Don't get any ideas, Candy Thunder. I got mad and told them they needed to humble themselves since they are the ones asking for money. This resulted in them yelling how ungrateful I was over the phone until I hung up. I told them they had to do this because I was not helping. They still have more assets than my husband and I, and we have a son to save college funds for. My parents have been trying to guilt me by saying they gave me great Christmas presents and college funds, so I owe them. I feel like that was a tiny proportion of their spending, and it did not put them in this position, but I am obligated to help support them when they can downsize and support themselves. I lost. I was wrong. It is NTA. And the question, by the way, was, am I the astronaut for telling my parents we aren't giving them money and they need to humble themselves? You know what's interesting here is that they would rather be humbled enough to ask for the money, which takes, like, you have to humble yourself quite a bit to do that, right? Rather than, I mean, that's a one-time thing though. But what I don't understand is that for their lifestyle, this would not be a one-time ask. For what they're trying to do in the position that they're in, this would be a regularly scheduled calendar event ask. It would be repetitive. It would be routine. It would be repeating. It's not, I understand there's a lot more pain involved with taking a step down lifestyle-wise, but looking at the reality of the situation, there's no way that their child is going to be able to support their own family and supplement their lifestyle for eternity. It's just not going to work. But to them, that's like, that's not an option. It's just simply not an option. Also, yes, take note, my children, all of the Christmas presents that you get now and any kind of support you get from us will be called in later in life, and you will owe us back all of that money. You owe me. That's not a gift. Like, you're trying to come back and do that later on to your kids. Like, it's not okay. I mean, it is desperation. Pride is the issue here. Like, money is not their issue. Pride is their issue.